This is ACC Baseball Weekly. We lead off with the play of the week. Wake Forest with an amazing finish against Virginia.
We are tied in the ninth. The 1-2. Rip. Swing.
The Deacs locked up the 8th seed in this week's ACC Baseball Championship. They will have a play-in game Tuesday versus Georgia Tech. Miami wrapped up the top overall seed in the championship with a shutout win over North Carolina on Saturday. I'm Jarod Latch. Welcome to ACC Baseball Weekly, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. With the championship upon us, we bring in Duke baseball great Sean McNally, who will be covering the event in Greensboro for us. Sean, great to have you with us.
Appreciate it. Excited to be here, ready to go.
First off, Miami, #1 overall seed, but should they be the favorite?
Well, for me, I think Miami definitely is the favorite. When you look at tournament play, I think it's pretty simple. You got to figure out who the best teams are, who's playing the best, what the draw is, and then, how does their team fit in the ballpark? I think if you add those factors together, the three best teams, Florida State, Virginia, and Miami, Florida State and Virginia are on the same side in Pool B. So I think Miami has a clearer path. They're playing great. I think their offense really sets up great in that ballpark in Greensboro. So for those reasons, I think Miami is the favorite to win this year's tournament.
Sean, if you had to give me a couple of different players we should be watching this week in Greensboro, who would they be?
Well, I think you start right at the top with DJ Stewart, ACC Player of the Year, just tremendous piece of that Florida State offense. He's been outstanding from start to finish this year. Luke Weaver, also Florida State, has had a lot of success as a starting pitcher for years in the league, so count on those two guys to have good tournaments. And then I think if you go to Virginia, go to Nathan Kirby, ACC Co-Pitcher of the Year, the left-hander, dominant stuff, wipeout, strikeout stuff. He's been important to their success. And then Mike Poppy, their offense has underachieved a little bit at Virginia. This is a guy that can hit it out of the ballpark. He's an on-base machine. ACC Coach of the Year, Brian O'Connor, going to be counting on those two guys for a deep run this year.
Now we move on to the team portion of the program. So which team needs to make a deep run of the championship to secure an NCAA bid?
Well, it's got to be NC State. I think they've been a hot topic around the league all year long. Carlos Rodon, Trey Turner, so much talent there. They go 13-17 throughout the course of the regular season, so certainly have underachieved. And I frankly think they just have to win out in the tournament. Now, they're playing in the play-in game 11 a.m. Tuesday morning. I tell you what, it's a good thing they're starting that early. They had that epic game last year against Carolina, but I think it's NC State for them to get a bid. They've got to go all the way through the tournament. It's going to be very difficult from a pitching standpoint, but they'd be the team that has to play the best in the tournament in order to qualify for the big NCAA tournament down the road.
And finally, you mentioned Miami as the favorite at the top. So if you had to give us a sleeper pick, who would that be?
Well, my sleeper pick's going to be Clemson, and here's why. I think there are those three top teams, and the other 7 teams are really bunched closely together. But the 4 teams that have to play in the play-in game, I like Clemson. They're a team that finished second in the league in runs scored. They led the league in stolen bases. I think offense really matters in the tournament in this type of a format. I think that gives them a good chance. They play Duke. That's a huge matchup on Wednesday morning. Those teams haven't met this year. And I'll leave you with this. Jack Leggett, nobody cares more about winning the ACC Tournament Championship than he does. Tremendous competitor down there. I think if anybody's going to surprise, it'll be Clemson.
Thanks, Sean. We appreciate your time and insight, and we'll see you in Greensboro.
See you in Greensboro. Can't wait. It's going to be an outstanding tournament.
So the ACC Baseball Championship starts tomorrow. You heard Sean. He likes Miami. Who is your favorite? Tweet us at the ACCDN. I'm Jarod Latch. This is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.